Hello viewers, welcome to my channel ChemPhilic. I am Dr. Mala Das Sharma, a retired professor of St. Pius X Degree and PG College for Women, Hyderabad. Using the platform ChemPhilic, I am going to teach different topics of all branches of chemistry by adopting a self-designed innovative teaching methodology that is teaching chemistry through riddles. In this video number 9, an important topic from electrochemistry chapter has been taken for discussion. The primary objective for making this series of videos is to generate interest in chemistry among the students. The video will be useful for the students who are pursuing undergraduate course with chemistry as a subject and also the students who are preparing for entrance examinations after their 12th standard or intermediate course. Hope students will enjoy. So here is our riddle number 9. I am a unique element in nature. I am related to temperature. Using me in combination with my product, people make electrode system for galvanic cell to produce electricity. The above mentioned electrode system is most commonly used to determine the electrode potential of other electrodes. I am shiny but poisonous. In complex form, I can detect ammonia. Now the questions are, the primary question is, who am I? The other questions are, number 2, why am I unique? Number 3, what is the name and composition of the electrode mentioned in the riddle? Number 4, what is the composition of the complex to detect ammonia? Now let's see the answer of the primary question. Primary question is, who am I? Guess the answer. Now here is the answer. This mercury, a liquid metal. This riddle is framed to explain galvanic cell, electrode potential, electromotive force, types of electrodes and reference electrode. Now what is galvanic cell? Galvanic cell is a device where electricity is generated from chemical reaction. That means chemical energy is converted to electrical energy. Now galvanic cell is consisting of two half cell and each half cell is an electrode system which is composed of an electrode and an electrolytic solution. Left hand side half cell is anode where oxidation reaction occurs and sign of anode is negative. Right hand side half cell is cathode where reduction reaction occurs, sign of cathode is positive. The typical example of galvanic cell is Daniell cell. The Daniell cell is consisting of two half cell or two electrode system. Left hand side half cell or anode is consisting of a zinc rod dipped in zinc sulfate solution. The right hand side half cell or cathode is consisting of copper rod dipped in copper sulfate solution. Now, if we consider the left hand side half cell, there is a possibility of two types of electron transfer reaction. Number 1, the zinc atom from this zinc rod goes to the solution as zinc ion, that is zinc plus 2 ion, leaving the electrons here. This is oxidation. The process is known as the dissolution. And another possibility is zinc ion from the solution, because zinc sulfate solution means zinc ion and sulfate ion will be there, gets reduced by taking electron from the electrode and deposited at the electrode. That is the deposition process or reduction reaction. Now in this case, rate of dissolution is higher than rate of deposition. So the net reaction is zinc atom from this zinc rod gets oxidized and goes to the solution as zinc ion, leaving the electrons at the zinc rod. Now coming to the right hand side electrode system where copper rod is dipped in copper sulfate solution. Here also there is a possibility of two electron transfer reaction. Number one is copper atom oxidized to copper ion and goes to the solution, leaving the electrons at the electrode, which is dissolution process. And another one is copper ion from the solution takes electron from the electrode and get reduced and deposited as copper at the copper electrode, which is deposition process. In this case, rate of deposition is higher than rate of dissolution. Therefore, the net reaction is this copper ion from the solution takes electron from the electrode and get reduced to copper atom and deposited at the electrode. Now, overall reaction at this Daniell cell is zinc is oxidized to zinc ion and copper ion is reduced to copper atom. And this cell, which is consisting of these two electrode system, can be represented as left hand side anode and extreme corner you should write the metal, the electrode. So here it is zinc electrode followed by electrolytic solution, that is zinc sulfate solution, and right hand side, that is the cathode. Extreme corner you have to write the electrode, that is the copper. Here it is copper dot or copper solid followed by copper sulfate solution, and they are separated by double line, indicates that liquid junction potential has been minimized. Now coming to electrode potential, we have observed that at any electrode, either cathode or anode, electron transfer reaction occurs. And due to this electron transfer reaction, a charge separation or potential difference develops at the metal solution interface. And this potential difference or charge separation is known as the electrode potential of that electrode. For a given electrode, the potential depends on the concentration of the ions in the electrolytic solution. If the concentration of the ion is unity, that means 1 molar, that electrode potential is known as the standard electrode potential. Now coming to electromotive force or EMF. EMF or electromotive force is the driving force in the galvanic cell which is responsible for flow of electricity from higher oxidation potential to lower oxidation potential. EMF is actually the difference between the electrode potential of the two electrodes present in the galvanic cell. Now, expression of EMF is reduction potential of cathode minus reduction potential of anode, or oxidation potential of anode minus oxidation potential of cathode, or oxidation potential of anode plus reduction potential of cathode. Now coming to types of electrodes. Number 1, metal ion electrode. Here, metal rod is dipped in a solution containing the metal ions. Say for example, zinc rod dipped in zinc sulfate solution, or copper rod dipped in copper sulfate solution, etc. Number 2, metal insoluble salt electrode. Here, metal is covered with its insoluble salt, and then that electrode system is dipped in an electrolytic solution which contains the same anion as that of the insoluble salt of the metal. Say for example, mercury is covered with insoluble mercurous chloride, and this electrode is dipped in a solution of saturated potassium chloride. That means the anion of the electrolytic solution is chloride and the anion of the insoluble salt also chloride. They are same. Third one is glass ion electrode. Here, a platinum electrode is dipped in a electrolytic solution and a gas at a particular pressure is passed to the electrode, and provided these ions in the solution is reversible with the gas. Say for example, here this platinum electrode is dipped in hydrochloric acid solution. That means H plus ion is there and hydrogen gas at 1 atmosphere pressure is passed through the electrode. Now H plus ion is reduced to hydrogen and hydrogen can be oxidized to H plus. That means ion is reversible to the gas. Number 4. Redox electrode. Here the platinum electrode is dipped in an electrolytic solution containing the same metal at two different oxidation states. Say for example, platinum electrode is dipped in a solution which contains both ferrous ion and ferric ion. Now coming to the reference electrode. EMF of the cell can be measured by the potentiometer. Now from the EMF equation, you have seen that EMF is equal to the difference of the potential of the two electrodes. The EMF can be measured. If the potential of the one electrode is known, then the potential of the other electrode can be determined or calculated. So the reference electrode is the electrode of known potential which is coupled with another electrode of unknown potential in a galvanic cell to find out the unknown potential. The most common reference electrodes are number 1, standard hydrogen electrode. In standard hydrogen electrode, the platinum electrode, here the platinum wire is connected to a platinum foil which is coated with platinum black, is dipped in say hydrochloric acid solution of concentration 1 molar and pure hydrogen gas is passed to this electrolyte at 1 atmosphere pressure. And arbitrarily it is considered that potential of this electrode is 0. That means potential of standard hydrogen electrode is 0. Okay. Now, when this standard hydrogen electrode is coupled with another electrode, say the potential of the other electrode is unknown, then by measuring the EMF, you can find out the potential of this electrode because EMF is equal to the potential difference of these two electrodes. One is known, that is 0, another one can be calculated. Now, after coupling with standard hydrogen electrode, if in any electrode oxidation reaction occurs, that means at standard hydrogen electrode reduction reaction will take place, then the potential of that electrode is oxidation potential. Similarly, after combining with standard hydrogen electrode, if in any electrode reduction reaction occurs, then potential of that electrode is reduction potential. The oxidation potential and reduction potential of any electrode system is exactly same, only the sign is reversed. If the oxidation potential value is positive, reduction potential value will be negative, but the value will be same. If the oxidation potential value is negative, reduction potential will be positive. And if the oxidation potential of an electrode system is more, that means the system has a more tendency to get oxidized. If the reduction potential value is more, the system has more tendency to get reduced. Now number 2 is calomel electrode. The calomel electrode, here the mercury metal is covered with insoluble or sparingly soluble mercurous chloride, and this electrode is immersed in an electrolytic solution which is the saturated potassium chloride solution. That means anion of this electrolyte is same as that of the anion of this insoluble salt. Now, when this electrode is coupled with another electrode in a galvanic cell, then the potential of another electrode can be calculated by measuring the EMF by using the potentiometer, provided this potential of calomel electrode is known. Therefore, the potential of this calomel electrode, first it is determined by combining with the standard hydrogen electrode, and when this potential is known, then it is used to determine the potential of other electrode. That means it is used as reference electrode. The calomel electrode is most extensively used as reference electrode. Now, regarding calomel electrode, already I told it is metal insoluble salt electrode, and it is consisting of a metal covered with a sparingly soluble salt dipped in an electrolytic solution containing the same anion as that of the insoluble salt. Now, how can you represent this calomel electrode? Here representation as cathode. Cathode means you have to write at the right hand side. Extreme corner will be the metal. Metal here is mercury followed by the solid mercurous chloride. Then the electrolytic solution, it is saturated potassium chloride. And this side will be the anode. Whatever electrode you will be taking as anode. This double line indicate liquid junction potential has been minimized. Now what will be the electrode reaction? Here you have represented as cathode. So you consider the electrode reaction as cathode. That means the reduction reaction. Mercurous chloride, though it is sparingly soluble, but little amount goes to the solution and that is completely ionized. So it is mercurous ion and chloride ion. The mercurous ion will take electron and get reduced to metal mercury. So overall reaction is mercurous chloride with electron, 2 electrons, and the product is mercury metal and chloride ion. Now what is the expression of this electrode potential of this electrode? Electrode potential of any electrode can be calculated by using Nernst equation. What is Nernst equation? E means electrode potential, which is equal to E0 means standard electrode potential. That means when the concentration of the electrolyte is 1 molar, minus R is universal gas constant, T temperature in absolute scale, divided by N. This N is number of electron transfer. Here it is 2 electron. F is Faraday. Ln effective molar concentration of product or activity of product divided by effective molar concentration of reactant or activity of reactant. In this case, E is equal to E0 minus RT by twice F ln this activity or effective molar concentration of chloride to the power square, because this mercury metal is liquid and mercurous chloride is solid, so that molar concentration will be considered as 1. So E is equal to E0 minus RT by F ln effective molar concentration of chloride to the power square, because here you know ln A to the power B is equal to B ln A. So this 2 will come here, this 2 will get cancelled. So finally this expression will come. E is equal to E0 minus RT by F ln activity of chloride ion to the power square. Now coming to the answers of the remaining question. Question number 2. Why am I unique? Because it is a liquid metal. Number 3. What is the name and composition of the electrode mentioned in the riddle? Electrode is calomel electrode and the composition is mercury, mercurous chloride solid, and the electrolytic solution is saturated potassium chloride solution. Number 4 is, what is the composition of the complex to detect ammonia? Alkaline solution of potassium tetraiodomercurate, that is K2HeI4, commonly known as Nessler's reagent. It is used to detect ammonia or ammonium cation. If you take one filter paper and dip in this Nessler's reagent and hold over the ammonia gas, a red color complex is formed. So this is the confirmatory test for ammonia or ammonium cation. How do you find this video? Please write your comment about this video in the comment box. Link of my previous videos on teaching chemistry through riddles is given in the description box. Watch those videos if you are yet to watch them.